Serendib. The name itself was like a song. It conjured images of turquoise waters and sun-drenched beaches. The island was a jewel in the vast ocean, a paradise of lush jungles and mist-shrouded mountains. Waterfalls thundered down rocky cliffs, feeding rivers that snaked through emerald valleys. Arya loved her island home. She loved the bustling markets filled with exotic spices and vibrant silks. Merchants hawked their wares, their voices a melodic hum in the air. The air was thick with the scent of cinnamon, cardamom and cloves. Festivals were a riot of colour and sound. Dancers in shimmering costumes whirled to the beat of drums. Elephants adorned with jewels paraded through the streets. Arya would lose herself in the celebration, her heart thrumming with the rhythm of her people. But it was the stories, whispered by firelight, that truly captivated Arya's imagination. Tales of ancient kings and mythical creatures, of lost cities and hidden treasures. These stories, passed down through generations, held a special magic. Among the most captivating tales were those about the lost treasure of Serendib. Legend had it that the island's first king, a wise and just ruler, had hidden a treasure of unimaginable value. This wasn't just gold and jewels. This treasure held the key to true happiness and prosperity. Ancient scrolls spoke of a map, broken into fragments and scattered across the island. Each piece held a riddle, a clue leading to the next. Only a descendant of the king, guided by courage and wisdom, could decipher the clues and find the lost treasure. Arya's grandfather, a renowned scholar, had dedicated his life to studying the legend. He believed the treasure was more than just a myth. He pored over faded maps and crumbling texts, searching for the truth. Arya would spend hours listening to her grandfather's animated tales. He filled her young mind with stories of daring quests and ancient secrets. A spark ignited within her, a thirst for adventure and a longing to uncover the truth behind the legend. One humid afternoon, Arya's grandfather fell ill. He called Arya to his bedside, his voice weak but his eyes still twinkling with that familiar spark. He handed her a worn, leather-bound journal. "The time has come," he whispered, "to finish what I started." After her grandfather's passing, Arya found solace in his journal. It was filled with his research on the lost treasure, intricate sketches of ancient symbols, cryptic notes in faded ink, and a small, carefully folded piece of parchment. Arya unfolded the parchment with trembling hands. It was a map, but unlike any she had ever seen. It was old, the edges frayed and brittle. Strange symbols and markings covered its surface, but one thing was clear: it was a piece of the legendary map, the one her grandfather had spent his life searching for. As Arya studied the map, a surge of determination coursed through her. She knew what she had to do. She would honor her grandfather's legacy and embark on a quest to find the lost treasure of Serendib. Armed with her grandfather's journal and the fragment of the map, Arya set out. She journeyed through dense emerald jungles, the air thick with the scent of unknown blossoms and the calls of exotic birds. Monkeys chattered from the canopy above, and colourful snakes slithered through the undergrowth. The map led her to crumbling ruins, remnants of a forgotten civilization swallowed by the jungle. Crumbling walls whispered tales of a glorious past. Intricate carvings, worn smooth by time, hinted at forgotten rituals and ancient knowledge. Arya deciphered ancient scripts etched into stone tablets, each one a piece of the puzzle leading her closer to the treasure. She navigated treacherous paths, her heart pounding with anticipation and a touch of fear. She faced many dangers on her journey. She outsmarted cunning traps hidden in the ruins, their mechanisms rusty with age. She escaped the clutches of wild animals, relying on her wits and agility. Section 5. The Serpent's Lair. The map led Arya deep into a cavern, its entrance concealed by a curtain of cascading water. The air was thick with moisture and an eerie silence hung in the air. This was no ordinary cave. This was the Serpent's Lair, a place whispered about in hushed tones. Legend claimed it was guarded by a giant serpent, its scales said to shimmer like 1,000 jewels. The serpent was said to be the protector of one of the map fragments, a fearsome guardian of the lost treasure. As Arya ventured deeper into the cavern, the air grew heavy with a musky odour. The ground was littered with bones, remnants of unfortunate creatures who had dared to enter the lair. Arya's heart pounded in her chest. Suddenly, two glowing orbs ignited in the darkness ahead. The serpent uncoiled from its resting place, its massive form blocking Arya's path. It hissed, a sound that echoed through the cavern, sending shivers down her spine. Section 6. The Temple of Whispering Stars. Arya knew violence wouldn't solve this puzzle. Remembering her grandfather's teachings, she searched for another way. She noticed an inscription on the cavern floor, barely visible beneath years of grime. It depicted the serpent coiled around a staff, a symbol of power and wisdom. Arya realized the serpent wasn't guarding the fragment. It was a key. She had to earn its trust, not defeat it. Using the knowledge passed down from her grandfather, Arya performed an ancient ritual. She sang a melody, her voice echoing through the cavern, a tribute to the serpent's wisdom. The serpent watched, its massive head swaying slightly to the rhythm of the song. As the last note faded, the serpent lowered its head. It nudged a loose stone with its snout, revealing the next map fragment. Arya had passed the test. Following the map, Arya emerged from the cavern. Standing before her was the Temple of Whispering Stars, its white marble gleaming under the moonlight. This was it, the final piece of the puzzle, the location of the lost treasure. Section 7. The Heart of Wisdom. The temple's entrance was sealed by an intricate lock. Arya placed all the map fragments into the grooves, each one slotting into place with a satisfying click. The lock glimmered, and with a low rumble the temple doors swung open. Inside, the air was cool and still. Moonlight streamed through an opening in the ceiling, illuminating a central chamber. In the center, resting on a pedestal, was a simple wooden chest. Could this be it? Had she finally found the lost treasure of Serendib? Arya cautiously approached the chest, her heart pounding with anticipation. She lifted the lid, but instead of gold and jewels, she found something far more valuable. Inside were scrolls and tablets filled with ancient knowledge, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, mathematics, the accumulated wisdom of generations. Disappointment flickered within her, quickly replaced by a sense of awe. Her grandfather was right. The true treasure wasn't material wealth, but knowledge. This was the key to prosperity, the power to heal, to innovate, to build a better future. Section 8. A Village Transformed. Arya returned to her village not with riches but with something far more valuable. She shared the knowledge from the scrolls teaching the villagers about irrigation, crop rotation, and medicine. She established a school, ensuring that future generations would benefit from the ancient wisdom. The village flourished. Harvests were bountiful, sickness decreased, and the once struggling community thrived. Arya, once a curious girl who dreamed of adventure, was now hailed as a hero, the one who brought prosperity and enlightenment to their land. She realized that the true treasure wasn't something you found, but something you created. It wasn't about personal gain, but about sharing, about using knowledge to uplift others. This, she understood, was the true meaning of her grandfather's quest. Section 9. The journey continues. Years passed, and Arya's reputation as a scholar and adventurer grew. She continued to explore the hidden corners of Serendib, always seeking new knowledge, always eager to share her discoveries with the world. One day, while examining an ancient inscription, Arya stumbled upon a clue. It hinted at another lost city, hidden even deeper within the island's unexplored heart. A new adventure beckoned, and Arya, her heart filled with the spirit of discovery, was ready to answer the call. The lost treasure of Serendib had revealed its greatest gift, the insatiable thirst for knowledge, the understanding that the greatest adventures are those that lead to enlightenment, not just for oneself, but for all. And so Arya, the girl who had found the true treasure of Serendib, set off on a new quest, her heart filled with the promise of discovery.